Oregon, Illinois, and we are at the Vogel Farm right here on Honey Creek Road. And I'm here with Bob, and you might hear some interesting sounds behind us, like that, right?
Oh, the guinea hens.
The guinea hens. The guinea hens don't understand that there's company and that we're doing some TV today. I know why renewable energy is so important, but why is it so important to you in this area?
Well, the image in Wisconsin at the time and in the solar industry was energy independence, small farm settings, and sort of living off the land. It had that back to the land element to it. So it was a very effective way of producing electricity. At the early stages, it was quite expensive. So you really had to be committed to doing it. Since we started the fair, we felt we had to have a solar installation. And our first one was on the building behind us on the rooftop.
Okay.
And now the price has come down dramatically. So the fair and the promotion of renewable energy now is a global industry, and it's really changed dramatically. So now they're fitting it into all sorts of settings.
Do you pay an electric bill?
Not much in summer.
So they charge you for delivery and not for usage?
Right. It's not kilowatt hours. It's that we're sending electricity to them when we can't use it here. And they pay us for that. It's called net metering.
Okay.
And then when the sun goes down, and if we need power from utility, we buy it from them. But having as many panels as we do cancels out our kilowatt hour during much of the year.
So right now I'm here with Sonia Vogel, and we are still at the Vogel Farm right here in Ogle County. You may hear some more of the lovely guinea hens behind us. They tend to kind of want to know what's going on while we're talking today. So I think one of the important things that people should understand is, how did you get started with this?
Well, I've always loved nature and loved the outdoors, and so this was a natural. I feel that we're very lucky to have this beautiful piece of land, and we also have two native ecosystems here, the two major ones in this area.
Wow.
Prairie and woodland, and the woodland is behind us. And the prairie, well, we've been part of the prairie movement since before there was a movement. So we've been planting
pre-movement.
Pre-movement movement, yeah. We've been planting prairies for years, and we have a hillside over there. You passed it on the way in. It's right now is loaded with pale purple coneflowers. It's pink all over it.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. We got the seeds from a native prairie in this part of the state.
Okay.
And we planted them, I think it was 1989, and it's been growing ever since then. And last week we had the coneflowers in bloom, and this week we have the yellow coneflowers starting to bloom, and it is just gorgeous. And the nice thing about the woods and the prairie is that they both are natural ecosystems, and they're very diverse, and so they're very strong ecosystems, and if there's a disease that hits one part of it, it won't hit the other, and so it continues to thrive. So
wow, I had no idea that was the case.
And we love our woodland. That really is my favorite part.
So you have how many acres back there behind us?
Back there we have about 20, maybe 30 when we include the savanna.
Wow.
But it's absolutely gorgeous in spring, and we've done work on it.
So how did
garlic
you?
Mustard and
oh, okay. Keep going.
What garlic mustard, and we burned it, and it right now is the showpiece. People have come here to look at it to see what they could do with their own woods.
Wow. See, so you're like kind of the benchmark of, hey, this is how we've done it, and it works.
Right.
So how did you personally, you and Bob, get into this? Did you guys decide like, hey, this is what we're going to do?
Personally, we lived in a forest preserve in Cook County.
Okay.
And we went to the Morton Arboretum a lot. And one of the people there was Ray Schulenberg, who was planting a prairie, the very first prairie planting in Illinois. And we got to know him, and we got to become very good friends. And so he came out to where we were, and we were working at a camp at that time. And our camp director said, you can plant prairie as long as you put it way out in the back and nobody thinks we're growing weeds. So he came over, and if we were able to tell him the genus and species and the common name of a plant and what it was used for, then he would give it to us and we could plant it, and then we'd have to do it over again. And so that's when we started.
Some little prairie education went into it.
Oh yes, right. We had to be educated. He insisted on that. And that's how we started. And then After that, we moved here, and Bob had his job, and I had the kids, so we did different things at that time.
Right.
But eventually, we both were teaching at the Taft campus, and what I taught was field science and fall and winter and spring ecology and prairie and aquatics.
So you have a fair coming up. When is the fair?
The fair is August 10th.
Okay.
And it's at the Byron Forest Preserve District's main building.
And so people can learn all about renewable energy, sustainability, like everything that you guys do all in one location.
All in one location in one day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast day.
You guys aren't busy at all. Like you don't have
No,
anything
we
going
don't have
on.
anything to do.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
It's birthday time. One of my favorite humans, Jeopardy host Alex Trebek, turns 79. Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, turns the big 3-0 on Tuesday. Also on Tuesday, a man so cool he only needs one name. Slash will be 54. J-Lo, if you can believe it, is turning 50 on Wednesday, and the host of all things Bachelor and Bachelorette, Chris Harrison, turns 48 on Friday. Oh, and today is my dad's birthday too. Happy birthday.